revenge for Billy Bats. And a lot of other things.
And that's that.
And there was nothing that we could do about it.
When Goodfellas hit theaters in 1990, Martin Scorsese delivered more than just another gangster movie. He gave us a fast-paced, brutally honest look into the rise and fall of mobster Henry Hill. With its kinetic style, unforgettable performances, and gritty realism, the film became a classic of American cinema, but beyond the on-screen brilliance lies a treasure trove of strange, surprising, and sometimes hilarious behind-the-scenes facts. Let's explore 10 weird facts about Goodfellas that you might not know. Joe Pesci's Funny How scene came from real life. One of the most famous scenes in the film, where Tommy, Joe Pesci, confronts Henry about calling him funny, wasn't in the script. Pesci improvised it based on a real-life incident he experienced with a gangster who took offense to being called funny. Scorsese loved it so much he had Pesci and Ray Liotta rehearse the scene in secret so the other actors' reactions would be genuine. Real mobsters were hired as extras. To give the film authenticity, Scorsese actually hired real-life mob associates as background actors. They were instructed to bring their own suits and accessories, which not only saved on costume costs, but also ensured they looked authentic. Many of these extras reportedly enjoyed the experience so much that they bragged about it for years afterward, adding a strange mix of reality and fiction to the final film. Ray Liotta used real FBI tapes for inspiration. To capture Henry Hill's personality and speech patterns, Ray Liotta listened to hours of actual FBI wiretap recordings of Hill. This helped him mimic Hill's rhythms and mannerisms perfectly, adding an extra layer of realism to his performance. Liotta later said some of Hill's casual tone when discussing violent crimes was both chilling and fascinating to study. The cocaine scene was shot without sleep. In the final act, when Henry is paranoid and strung out on cocaine, Ray Liotta stayed awake for real to capture the jittery, frantic energy of the character. He avoided sleep the night before filming and drank multiple cups of coffee before shooting, so the exhaustion you see on screen is completely authentic. The result was one of the most convincing portrayals of drug-induced paranoia in movie history. The long take was a cinematic feat. The famous Copacabana tracking shot where Henry takes Karen through the back entrance of the club lasts almost 3 minutes and was done in a single take. Scorsese opted for the shot because the club's front entrance wasn't available, turning a logistical problem into one of the most iconic moments in film history. The camera crew had to carefully choreograph every movement to avoid bumping into the busy waiters and extras, making it a technical achievement as much as an artistic one. The real Henry Hill loved the film. Mostly. The actual Henry Hill, whose life inspired the movie, praised its accuracy, but admitted that some scenes made him uncomfortable. In particular, he said Joe Pesci's portrayal of Tommy was too close to home and brought back memories he would have preferred to forget. Hill even joked that Pesci's version of Tommy was scarier than the real thing. Improvisation was encouraged. While Nicholas Pileggi's script was tight, Scorsese encouraged his actors to improvise dialogue to make it feel natural. Many of the film's funniest and most quotable lines came from spur-of-the-moment improvisation. This loose approach kept scenes feeling unpredictable, which perfectly matched the chaotic, dangerous lifestyle of the characters. The cast hung out with real mobsters before filming. Before production, Scorsese arranged for the cast to meet people from the New York underworld to get a feel for how they talked, dressed, and behaved. Lorraine Bracco, who played Karen Hill, said these interactions helped her understand the subtle ways people in the mob world conveyed authority without saying a word. These meetings also gave the actors confidence to embody their roles more fully. Paul Sorvino almost quit before filming. Paul Sorvino, who played Paulie, almost walked away from the role just days before shooting began because he didn't feel intimidating enough. One day, while looking in the mirror, he adjusted his tie and suddenly saw the cold look he needed. That moment of self-realization instantly convinced him he could pull off the role, and his calm, understated menace became one of the film's most memorable traits. The film changed the way mob movies were made. Before Goodfellas, many mob movies romanticized the Mafia lifestyle. Scorsese's film stripped away the glamour, showing the paranoia, violence, and eventual downfall that came with it. Its gritty, documentary-style realism influenced countless later works, including The Sopranos, which not only borrowed its tone but also cast several Goodfellas alumni. From improvised scenes and real mobster cameos to method acting choices that push the cast to extremes, Goodfellas is full of weird and fascinating details. These behind-the-scenes stories show just how much authenticity and risk went into creating one of the greatest films of the 20th century.